Hello students, in previous lecture we have seen some properties. Now in this lecture we will going to see division algorithm. So let's see the division algorithm. So division algorithm which is DA. So let's observe the following numbers. So I will write suppose 51. So 51 I will divide 51 by 8. So here I will write 51 and divide by 8. So what will be the quotient when I divide it by 8? 8 into 6, 48, right? So 8 into 6 will be 48. So the remainder should be what? 3, right? So this number 8 is the, so 51 is dividend. So 8 is the divisor and 6 is quotient and 3 is remainder, right? So we have the equation dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder, right? So we have this equation. So this is the equation to write dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder. So write down this equation. So 51 is equal to what? 8 into 6. 8 into 6 plus remainder is 3. Right? So here I write multiplication form. Now if I divide 51 by minus 8. So I divide 51 by minus 8. So what should be the quotient and what will be the remainder? So remainder is always positive. Now here again 51 I will divide by minus 8. So minus 8 into what number which is less than addition should be, so multiplication should be less than 51. So minus 8 into minus 6, minus 8 into minus 6 is plus 48. So 48, now taking subtraction of these two I will get again 02. So minus 8 into minus 6 plus 3. Again I will write this dividend is equal to quotient into remainder, sorry, quotient into divisor plus remainder. Now if I will take minus 51, then so if I take minus 51 is dividend and it is the divisor of that number, so what will be the quotient? So here after dividing minus 51 by 8, so what will I get? Now 8 into what number? So remainder should be always positive, right? So 8 into, if I take 6, 8 into 6, 48, right? So 8 into so here addition is minus, sorry, here operation is minus 51. So if I take minus 6, then here 8 into 6 minus 48. So addition, after taking addition, so remainder is minus 3. But we want remainder is always positive, right? So I will multiply by minus 7. So what will I get? So 8 into minus 7, 56. 56. So after taking addition, so what will we get? So remainder here plus 56, here minus 51. So remainder should be 5. So here minus 7 plus 5, right? Again if I take minus 51 and I divide this by minus 8. So if I divide by minus 8, then here question should be 7. So 8 into 7, 56. So minus 56 plus, so after adding this, so I get 5 again, right? So here again 7 plus 5. So what we see here, what we get? So 0, here 3. So remainder is 3, which is always greater than equal to 0, right? 0 and positive. So here 0 less than 3 less than what? 8 again, right? Next here is again 0 less than 3 less than what? But here minus 8. So we know that the properties of modulus function. So what is the property of modulus function? Minus 3 is equal to 3, mod of minus 8 is equal to 8, right? So I will take mod 8. Here again 0 less than 5 is less than what? 8. Now again here 0 less than 5 less than what? Mod 8. So mod minus 8 here, here minus 8, and here is again minus 8. So from this all four conditions, what we say that for a and b any integer with a is what? Non-zero, because divisor is always non-zero. So can be written as how to written as b is equal to a into q plus r, where 0 less than equal to r less than mod a. So this equation can be written as b is equal to aq plus r, where r lies between 0 to r, because remainder may be 0. Because if we write it as, suppose here 48 is divided by 3, then what will be the quotient? So quotient will be here 1 6 16, 3 into 16 plus here remainder is 0, right? So here remainder 0 means here 0 always less than equal to r less than mod a. So this is the equation. Let's see the theorem division algorithm. Theorem. So the statement of the theorem is, if a and b are any two integers with a not equal to 0, then there exist integers q and r such that b is equal to aq plus r, where 0 less than equal to r less than mod a. So this is the statement of the theorem. Now we will prove this theorem by using two steps. Here first case is existence of integers q and r, and second is there exist unique integers. Here is unique integers. Means first case we have to show that there exist integer q and r such that b is equal to aq plus r, and second case there exist unique integers. So let's prove this theorem. So proof of the theorem. So first case, here mod a. So I will take positive, a is greater than 0. So if a is positive, then what will happen? Let's S be the set which has the number of the form here b minus a q belongs to set of integers such that b minus ax are, or here is b minus ax belongs to set of integers such that b minus ax is greater than equal to 0, and here x belongs to set of integers. So I have taken set b minus ax which is always greater than equal to 0 form, right? So since here what I have taken a is strictly greater than 0, means here a greater than 0 means what will I get? So a belongs to what? Set of integers. A will be any two integers. A greater than 0, then after the 0 what will be the integers? So which is 1. So I will write a greater than equal to 1, right? So a greater than 0 means what? A is greater than equal to 1, right? So we have, what will have? I will multiply both sides by mod b. So what will happen? Mod b into a is greater than equal to what? 1 into mod b, right? Mod b into 1, right? So therefore I will write I will add both side by b. So what will I get? B plus mod b into a, again greater than equal to mod b plus b, right? So mod b, suppose here b, what is value of b? B belongs to what? Set of any integers. Now mod b is always positive and b is always positive. Suppose b is equal to 0, then both values mod of b and b will be 0, means this value is always greater than equal to 0, right? Because here what will be the, what is the value of b? We know that what is mod b? Mod b any mod of any numbers, which is, suppose I will take mod of minus 2, which is what? 2, right? So value of b is minus 2 here, right? And so here mod of minus 2 plus of minus 2, what will be the value? Mod minus 2 will be 2 and minus plus here is minus 2, right? So which is always greater than 0, means whatever the value belongs to set of integer b, then b plus mod b always greater than equal to 0, because what? Mod b is always positive, and if b is negative, then addition should be 0, right? So the addition should be greater than equal to 0. Therefore that's why I write b plus mod b into a, which is greater than equal to 0. So I will write this equation as, I will write, therefore here b into, I will write minus sign. So minus of minus mod b into a, which is greater than equal to 0. So this number is also of the form like this, right? So here b minus a is common, so value of x is minus mod b, right? Means this value belongs to again that set yes. So b minus of minus mod b into a also belongs to set s. Hence what we say? S is non-empty set. Hence S is non-empty subset. S is non-empty subset of natural number union singleton 0. Therefore by well ordering principle, what we say that S has least element. S has least element. Say it is R. What is the least element in this set? Which is R, I have taken. Then what is the property for least element? Suppose if I have said, suppose 1 2 3 4, then I say 1 is the least, means what? 1 is less than every other element. 1 is less than equal to 1, 1 is less than equal to 2, 1 is less than equal to 3, 1 is less than equal to 4, means 1 is the least element. So here I have taken R is the least element, means all other elements are more are maximum than R, right? So I will write then R belongs to S and R is less than equal to Y for all Y belongs to set S. But R belongs to S means what? But R belongs to set S implies that, so R belongs to S means set S has element of the form b minus ax, right? So which implies that, what will I say? R is equal to b minus a into q for some q belongs to set of integer, because R belongs to set of integer. So S has element of the type a minus x, so R is equal to b minus aq for some q belongs to set of integers. So I will write here b is equal to aq plus R. So minus aq I will take on left side. So here b is equal to aq plus R, where what is the value of R? R belongs to this set, means R belongs to S, and set S has element greater than equal to type, means I will write here 0 less than equal to R, because b minus ax greater than equal to 0, and this value is nothing but I have taken R, right? R is equal to b minus aq, like this element. So this is greater than equal to 0, means what? R is greater than equal to 0, right? Now what we have to show remaining part? To show R is less than mod A. But here first case A is greater than 0, means we have to show that R is less than A. Now to suppose here is, since R belongs to set of integers, Now to show what we have to show that, so remaining part is r is less than mod a, right? Now, so I will assume by contradiction r is greater than equal to mod a. So here mod a is a value, because here a is greater than 0, so mod a is equal to a. So we have to show that here r is less than a. So our claim is r less than mod a. Now suppose here is mod, here a is greater than 0, means what we have to show, r is less than a. Now on contrary, assume that r is greater than equal to a. Suppose r is greater than equal to a, then what will happen, r greater than equal to a, so I will take a on left side, so r minus a is greater than equal to 0. So what is the value of r? R is b minus a cube, but r is equal to what? B minus a cube. So substitute this value in this equation, so b minus a cube minus a, which is greater than equal to 0, that is, so I will take a as a common, so b minus a plus 1 into q, again greater than equal to 0, right? Here is b minus q plus 1 into a, which is greater than equal to 0. Here I have taken a as a common, so final this. So this value is greater than equal to 0, and this value is nothing but r minus a, right? So this value greater than equal to 0 means what? Which that implies r minus a is greater than equal to 0 and is of the form. So this element is also belongs to set S, right? Because this element greater than equal to 0, and what we say that r minus a also belongs to that set, and is of the form of the elements in S, of the elements in set S. Therefore what we say that, so this is also r minus a also greater than equal to 0, means r minus a also belongs to that set S, right? So what we say that here, so here r minus a also belongs to set S. Therefore by our assumption, but so here what is a? A is greater than 0, and what is the value of r? R is greater than equal to a. Then what we say that, so here r minus a belongs to set S. So by our assumption r is the least element, but we assume that r is least element. So what will happen? So r minus a, so a is greater than 0, here a is greater than 0, r minus a. So what will happen if r minus a and r? So here r minus a, which one is the greater number? So here r is the value, so here I have taken r is greater than equal to a, right? So r minus a and r, which one is the greater? So r minus a is less than r, because suppose r is here, r minus a is less than r. So because here if I take r is equal to 5 and a is equal to 2, because a is positive and r is greater than equal to a, so r minus a, so r minus a is 5 minus 3, 5 minus 2 is equal to 3, and which is less than 5, right? So this condition always hold. But what we say, but assume that r is the least element, so r is the least, and again there exists least element r minus a again belongs to that set, so which is the contradiction to our assumption that here a greater than 0, so which is contradiction to our choice of value of r. Therefore means our assumption r greater than equal to a is false, means r should be less than a, right? So if I take r greater than equal to a, then I get this contradiction means r minus a less than r is the least positive integer, and there again exists r minus a is least than r, so which is contradiction. If I take r greater than equal to a, means what, our choice is r should be less than a, therefore r should be less than a. Thus after combining these two steps, so here 0 less than equal to r, and here r is less than a, so therefore we have q r belongs to set of integers such that how to exist b is equal to aq plus r, where 0 less than equal to r and r is again less than a, right? Hence the proof or existence of elements q and r. Now here I have proved case first a greater than 0. I will prove this for a is less than 0. So second case second, if a is less than 0, means what, here value of a is mod a, so a greater than 0, so what will I get here, b is equal to aq plus r, where 0, so a greater than 0, so mod a is equal to a, so 0 less than equal to r less than mod a when a greater than 0, right? So here a greater than 0, then mod a is equal to a. So this is the proof for first case a greater than 0. Now to show that second case, if a is less than 0, then so mod a, so a is less than 0 means what, negative number, so negative mod a is equal to what, a, right? So here a less than 0, so after taking mod of number, that number, then what will happen, then mod a should be, a is negative means minus 2, so what mod of minus 2 is 2, so which is greater than 0, right? So replacing a by mod a, so I will give it as equation number 1. We can apply case 1, we apply case 1 to b and mod a, so therefore from equation 1, so what will happen here, so b is equal to mod a into q dash, there exists q dash plus r, what happened, so here 0 less than equal to r less than mod a, this is equation number 2. Since here what we have a is less than 0, so for q dash and r belongs to what, q dash and r belong to set of integers. Now mod a is equal to what, minus a, right? Since here a is less than 0, so from equation 2 what will we get, so here mod of a is minus a, so b is equal to minus a into q dash plus r, where 0 less than equal to r less than mod a, so here I will take minus a, minus sign inside, so b is equal to a into, I will take minus q dash plus r for 0 less than equal to r less than mod a, so I will take minus q dash, which is q, so b is equal to a q plus r for 0 less than equal to r less than mod a, for I will take minus q dash is equal to q belongs to set of integers, right? So this what will we get here, b is equal to aq plus r for 0 less than equal to r less than mod a. So from both condition what we get here, b is equal to aq plus r for 0 less than equal to r less than mod a, here again b is equal to aq plus r 0 less than equal to r less than mod a. Thus in both condition we have there exist integers q r belongs to set of integer such that how to exist, b is equal to aq plus r for 0 less than equal to r less than mod a. Hence this proves existence of integers q and r. Now in next part we have to show that existence of unique integers. To show unique integers means there exist unique integers q and r. So next part is uniqueness of integers. So the next part, uniqueness. Q and R. So I will assume there exists another pair Q1 R1 or Q dash R dash such that B is equal to AQ1 plus R1. So and finally I show that Q is equal to Q dash and R is equal to R dash, means there exists unique integers Q and R. Now let us prove uniqueness of Q and R. So suppose we have two pairs of integers Q and R, and second pair Q dash and R dash, such that how to exist. So which we have the form B is equal to AQ plus R, where 0 less than equal to R less than mod A. This is equation 1. And second pair for Q dash R dash, we get B is equal to AQ dash plus R dash for 0 less than equal to R dash less than mod A. This is second equation. So here I have left side B. So I will substitute both these two equations. So I get substituting these two equations. So 1 and 2. I get AQ plus R is equal to AQ dash plus R dash for what we have here 0 less than equal to R and R dash which is less than mod A. So here I will take both R on right side. So I will get 0 is equal to AQ dash minus AQ plus R dash minus R. So I get 0 less than equal to A into Q dash minus Q plus R dash minus R. So here 0 less than equal to R dash less than mod A. So I will write this into left side. What will I get after write this into left side? So here minus, so here is plus R and here is plus, here is minus R dash is equal to A into Q dash minus Q. Then by using definition of divisibility, what will happen? Definition of divisibility, what will I get here? A divides R minus R dash, right? So here R and R dash belongs to set of integer. Then here R is less than mod A and R dash also less than mod A. Then what will we say that here R minus R dash again less than mod A, right? So 0 less than equal to mod, here is, because suppose R is greater than 0 then value will be negative. So mod, I will take mod, or R minus R dash is always less than mod A. So here R minus R dash less than mod A. Suppose this value is 2, which is less than what? 5. But here we cannot say that 5 divides 2. So 5 does not divide 2, right? So this is possible if and only if this value should be 0. Then we say that here 5 divides 0. Means what? This A divides R minus R dash and R minus R dash less than mod A. Means this is possible if and only if R minus R dash should be 0, right? So which is possible if, what will be the value of R minus R dash? R minus R dash is equal to 0, means R is equal to R dash. Therefore R is unique. So using this value in this equation, so I will write it as equation number 3. So what will I get? So using this value R minus R dash is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to A into Q dash minus Q, right? So here what is A? Our A is always non-zero, right? So here A is non-zero. So what will I get? Q dash minus Q is equal to 0, means Q dash is equal to Q, or Q is equal to Q dash, means both integers. So R is equal to R dash, Q is equal to Q dash, means there exists uniqueness or unique integer. Therefore there exist unique integers Q and R. Hence the proof of the theorem division algorithm. let's move towards greatest common divisor called GCD. So greatest common divisor called GCD of any two numbers. So we have, suppose I will take 12. So what are the positive divisors of 12? So positive divisors of 12 are, so 12. So positive divisors of 12 are, so what are the positive divisors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12 are all positive divisors of 12. And if I take 16, so what are the positive divisors? Positive divisors of 16 are, so what are the divisors? 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16, right? So from these two divisors, so what are the common divisors? So 2 is the common here. Again next common is 4 is the common. So what we say that here we call 2 and 4 as common divisors of 12 and 16, right? So 12 and 16 has 2 and 4 as a common divisor. So greatest among 2 and 4 is 4, right? So what we say that, so the greatest among these two, greatest of common divisors 2 and 4 is 4. So between 2 greater is 4. So 4 is the greatest common divisor of the numbers 12 and 16, right? Thus we have the following. First see the definition of common divisor. So let's see common divisor. Let's see the definition. So the definition is, let A and B be any two integers, not both zero. An integer D is called, an integer D is called or is said to common divisor of A and B if, when we say that D is common divisor of elements A and B, if D divides A and D divides B, then we say that D is the common divisor of A and B. Means D must be the factor of A and B, or D must be the divisor of A and B, right? So this is the definition for common divisor, right? So what is the definition here? A and B, what? Two integer, not both zero, then D is common divisor if D divides both the numbers, D divides A and D divides B. So we'll see greatest common divisor, greatest common divisor. So the definition is greatest common divisor. Let A and B be two non-zero integers. An integer D is said to be greatest common divisor, or GCD of A and B if first condition D is common divisor of A and B. D is common divisors of A and B. That is, D is common divisor means what? D divides A and D divides B first. And second case, any common divisor any common divisor of A and B divides divides D. That is if C is any common divisor of A and B, then if C divides A, C divides B, then C also divides D. This is any common divisor of A and B also divides D. If C is any common divisor of A and B, then C divides A, C divides B, then we say that C divides D. If these two conditions satisfy, then we say that D is the greatest common divisor of that two numbers. So this is clear that from previous example that 12 and 16, right? So first case, D is common divisor. So what are the common divisors here? 2 and 4 are the common divisors of these two, right? And if I take element C is equal to 4, then 4 divides 12, 4 divides 16, then 4 divides 4 means C is equal to 4. Then what will be the value of divisor D? dv is equal to 4 is the common divisor of D is the divisor of A and B. So which is the greatest common divisor of A and B? Let's see note. Write down the note. First, if D is GCD of A and B, then minus D is also GCD. So we will mean always positive GCD. We will always mean positive GCD. Positive GCD. Therefore, and means we always want positive GCD, right? So we write and denoted by GCD of AB, and if D is GCD of A and B, then we write D is GCD of A and B using by this notation. So this is the round bracket. So D is equal to open bracket AB means D is the greatest common divisor of A and B. And second one, GCD is also called highest common factor. Also called highest common factor or HCF.